Hey guys, I want to talk to you about what you can do if you're stuck at a seminar like me today. All weekend, have to sit about 6 hours, so I said, how can I make sitting productive? And I'm going to focus on working on some of my posterior chain, loosening up some of the fascia to help my performance when I get back in the gym Monday so I won't be super tight. So a great thing to bring with you anytime you have to sit for a long period of time at a seminar is a lacrosse ball, or if you can bring a supernova, that's even better. But the first thing you could do, first thing I did, was just take my shoes off, try not to smell it up too bad for the guy next to me, put it underneath my foot, and just worked on my plantar fascia. Just pushing down gently on the knee, finding a spot, and just holding pressure. Working both feet for about 5 minutes will help to release a lot of that fascia. It really hurts right there, but it's a good hurt. Gotta embrace it. Love the hurt. Next thing I did here was sat in the back of the room so I didn't really disturb too many people, but I got down into a lunge position and I just stretched those hip flexors for being so tight. But at the same time, stretching the hip flexors, I'm actually working on dorsiflexion, range of motion of my ankle, which is super important. Free up that posterior chain. So basically what you're trying to do is get this knee to go ahead of your toes, keeping the heel down. Each time trying to push a little further. Doing that about 10 times. Keep that heel down, drive the knee in front of your foot, in front of your toes. You'll feel a big stretch in the Achilles and it helps to open up the ankle dorsiflexion. So do that both sides. And then after that, I went ahead and just did some squat holds. Just getting into a deep squat position. Open up the hip flexors and just try to sit here, kind of lean back and forth, opening up that hip range of motion. And you can even push out against your knees, get those groin stretch going on too. So trying to make that sitting productive. So the last thing I did here was actually take this ball, put it underneath my hamstring, push down there, and try to find any knot, any muscle tightness, and just hold pressure on there. And also, if you really want to, you can go ahead and floss that hamstring and just go ahead and pin down that muscle, stretch the leg out, and really stretch out the hamstring. If you want to also, stretch out your hip external rotators by doing this. And then also it gives you a good angle to get at your calf, where you can just get right behind this big bone right here, your tibia, and just push down, kind of going from on the bone to off the bone. And what that does is it really helps shin splints, helps to free up that whole area. So what we just worked on our plantar fascia, ankle range of motion, worked on the calves for range of motion, opened up the hips and the hamstrings. So you won't be so sore when you get back in the gym Monday. So if you have to go to a seminar, make sure you're listening, but go ahead and stretch at the same time. Work on your mobility.